Storytelling captivates and enthralls students. It gets their attention. It touches them at a deep spiritual level, and it provokes them to think about faith.
So the stories that Mark uses and comes up with are somewhat wacky. And as I've found in 10 years in the classroom, some of the things that the kids really latch onto and remember and can then actually apply in their examination work are those wackier and zany ideas. They're just a little bit edgy, and that's a good thing, so we welcome that in our classrooms. So having a live Christian visitor is extremely helpful with an exam group because it helps to acknowledge the messiness of religion. And as we move to a beliefs and worldviews approach, we want our students to understand that within a particular religion, there are differing views on different issues. So it'll give them the opportunity to be able to question those visitors and work out that there are differences on ethical views, on philosophical viewpoints, and even on some elements of doctrine. So quite often when you get a faith visitor in, it can be a dry experience, it can be somewhat dull, and that's always a risk. However, with Reality Bites approach, it harnesses the power of narrative. It uses methods which get the kids hooked and engaged to be able to explore the issues that you're looking at in that session.
As an experienced drama teacher, I've witnessed the value of theatre in education to my students. It's not just about actors coming into school presenting a performance. What's on show holds a mirror up to young people's experiences. The intention of TIE is to raise issues and challenge perceptions. I think students are drawn in by the power of live theatre when it's inspirational and when it's engaging. What Reality Bites is planning will be even richer. We will use a short worldview talk followed by drama activities using tools such as forum theatre and also hot seating. Importantly, the young people will be able to compare and to contrast a Christian worldview with others in a non-judgmental way. And at the end of the day, as teachers, we're looking for those light bulb moments when students see how things connect, when they understand more about the origins of what we think and the impact of that on our beliefs and the way in which we live our lives.
Having done Reality Bites events successfully for 15 years, I hope now to inspire a new generation of actors and communicators to do the same. The plan is to take a small team of actors into schools to perform very short, say 10 minutes long stories. These will be compelling and powerful true stories, sometimes funny, sometimes tragic. These can act as a kind of tin opener. We will also be training them to lead a follow-on presentation about worldviews and interactive times of discussion and further learning. The Reality Bites approach has had great feedback from students, teachers, and even an Ofsted inspector. I tell a story about a young American woman who was auctioning her virginity for $2.5 million. Now, many would say she has no faith. That's wrong. She has a worldview. She is living in a story where she is willing to turn herself into a commodity. Now that is her materialist faith. I want young people to have wisdom and insight about why people do things like that. And then I point them to Jesus. I search the internet. I look for intriguing, thought-provoking stories that grab the attention of young people. And once students are won over by the live performance, they are much more open to conversations about the materialist or the Christian faith. The best thing is this: they start asking the right questions about why we exist.
Well, yes, it does need resourcing, but we want to multiply Mark's successful approach into the next generation. Young people spend so much of their time on screens now, so our live performances will offer something very different, something to engage all their senses. RE is a compulsory subject, but we know that in about 25% of schools they're not regularly offering RE lessons to students aged 11 to 14. However, many do offer RE at GCSE and A-Level, and it's a popular subject. In fact, the numbers taking GCSE have gone up by a third in 10 years and by 50% at A-Level since 2018. So this is a great time for Reality Bites to get even more involved in supporting RE teaching. According to a recent survey, more than 50% of UK adults say they've no religious affiliation, and many of them are the parents of today's secondary school students. Even more stark, more than 70% of over 18s say they have no religious affiliation, and they will become the parents of the next generation. Most teenagers have no church community or Sunday school in their lives, and they might not have had much Christian teaching in assemblies or RE lessons, depending on what kind of school or college they go to. So Reality Bites wants to teach them about the Christian faith before other worldviews become their go-to in adult life. Whether our parents were Christians or not, most of us were fortunate to grow up at a time when the foundational stories, beliefs and values of Christianity were taught in school. They were mainstream.
We might also have been brought up in church and youth group, gone to Bible club or camp. Most teenagers today don't have that kind of experience or influence.
This project is definitely worth investing in, and it's definitely worth giving some funding towards, because religion is something that is so critical in a multi-faith, diverse society, and to give Christianity the voice that it needs, things like this are essential.
By supporting this fantastic Reality Bites project, you can make a deposit. You can leave a legacy of biblical thinking, understanding and truth in the lives of Generation Z and to those who come after them. That's why you should give.
That's why you should give.
That's why you should give.
I love to gargle.